Hey everyone, my name is Rick Morgan, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about photo bleaching masks. They're a tool that I am making at Immaculate Comics, and I'm improving them drastically and adding a larger coterie to the menu items that we have now. If you don't know what a photo bleaching mask is or what photo bleaching is a method by which you use light and an oxidizing agent, some most commonly 435 or 455 nanometer light, and most commonly hydrogen peroxide to lighten a comic book if it looks yellow. The problem with this is it can damage paper a little bit. It can make the paper stiff, and it can bleach out the colors of paper. So when the book's being graded, the whites look whiter, but all the other colors can look more faded, and it starts to look a little bit unnatural, and it's easy to see and apparent, especially in the colored area that has been photo bleached. And what we want is curb appeal. We want the book to look as untouched as possible. We want to do as little work as possible to the book while giving some kind of effect. We don't want anything to look bone white and have faded out colors. That's not our goal. And we also don't want to damage the paper to make it stiff or harm it in any way. A mask helps to alleviate some of this danger. Like this is a mask for Hulk 181. Some of you may recognize this pattern. This mask is made of cardstock. It's paper mask, so it's flexible. It's meant for a single use, and it's what I've been making and selling so far. This is another example. It's the Silver Surfer #1 mask, but this is another material that is acrylic, thick acrylic. And there's a paper cover on this now. This can be peeled, so it's much thicker, it's reusable, and it can be used for light and for peroxide. So far I've had different masks for peroxide and for light because it blocks both. So it's better, and this is where I'm moving, and all of them are going to be made of this material too, and there will be more. I've only had a limited supply of them, which I'll talk about in just a moment, but I will talk a little bit about what it can look like. So here's some examples of what it looks like when you use photo bleaching. Here's a Superman #4 that I did with a mask. I used the mask on this one, and also here's a mask in place of this one is Silver Surfer #1. Take a moment. And the one I want to talk about most notably today is Amazing Spider-Man #62, which I'll give you a quick before and after here of the front cover and a little bit of a close-up as well. But the newest thing we're adding is not just another batch of front covers, is the ads. We're going to start doing the ads on the back of the books as well. This would have been impossible with the help, I should mention, of my good friend Matt at Grails to Astonish. He has a wonderful YouTube page, much more professionally edited and better than mine. He does a lot of covering of auctions and of sales of comic books. He's very, very good. I'll put a little link. You should definitely follow his page. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. But let me go over some of the masks we already have and some that are going to be coming up soon. And then I will cover I'll give you an example of how these masks are used in, a regular experiment that I'll show here. And this one's Amazing Spider-Man #62. So let's get started with that list of masks right now. And here's Nolan Morgan to go over that list for us. Here you go, Nolan.
I don't have to introduce myself. Okay, so the list of photo bleaching masks are a lot of heavy hitters. Amazing Spider-Man 41, Amazing Spider-Man 50, it's an amazing cover. Batman 251, Giant Says X-Men 1, another big one. Hulk 181, and another big one. Silver Surfer 1, X-Men 3, and then coming soon will be Amazing Spider-Man 62, Amazing Spider-Man 64, Avengers #4, Avengers #223, Captain America 100, Captain America 111, Iron Man 55, Marvel Spotlight 5, and X-Men 1.
And also, I forgot to mention too, there's Daredevil. We'll have Daredevil #1 as well coming up soon. Those will be just in the next several weeks for those books. It's pretty exciting stuff. Nolan, you like these? Do you like the new masks, Nolan, versus the paper ones? These are the paper ones, and this is the new plastic one. What do you think? What's your opinion?
Does it have any actual benefits? Like, what's the difference?
Well, yeah, that's a good question.
Difference.
That's a great chemical. Well, the paper ones only use once. Once they get wet, they can start to curl up and they swell. They were easier to make with the old laser we used to have. We have a new laser, so we can cut the plastic a lot better now. So they were sort of disposable, and the idea was to make them cheap so people could afford to use them.
Just an outline, kind of.
But you know what? The people I'm finding are starting to use masks more than once, and these don't lay flat. You can even see here, it just isn't flat, so light gets under it. But these ones are super planar and flat, and they're tougher.
It's kind of higher quality overall.
Oh yeah, it's definitely much higher quality, much harder to cut. The plastic melts and warps and things. So, but once it's made, the actual device is far superior to these. And we're going to be moving to higher quality stuff, I think, in the future. So that's a good question, Don. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering the same thing. So, yeah, but that's it. That's why that's the methodology behind it, and then also we can
no sweat either.
If they are at a higher price point, we're incentivized to make more of them, because it's a significant effort. So you've seen how many hours we spend drawing these things and cutting them, and it's 30, sometimes 25 to 30 cuts to get it right, and so a lot of work getting there. And we want to make sure they're for the books that people want to. So anyway, that's it, and we'll get started on Amazing Spider-Man 62.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Jeez. All right. Here we go with the front cover. We're going to just put the mask on the book. And this is inside the Immaculate. We put the mask and line it up as closely as we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but obviously closer is better. And blacks and blues are not affected by the light at all, so we don't really worry about them being exposed. But we get this close, and you can see that I struggle a little bit here within this confined space. I should have lined it up first and then put the Immaculate over it. I didn't do that. And you can also see where I broke off one of the tendrils of my own mask. And so I'm just going to go ahead and place that over the top here. So I'm going to do this hair is lined up nicely. It could be better, clearly. I'm going to spray some peroxide on the book. Now the mask is shielding the colors and exposing the white. This is a solution of, in this case, it is 6% peroxide. The idea here is to make it look kind of natural. So I don't want to see little droplets of peroxide. I want it until it looks like a uniform coating. I turn on the light. These are 455. No, actually, these are 455 nanometer lights. Now, 50 minutes later, 50 minutes later, let's see what it looks like. That's the book now. And we'll take a look. It looks brighter, and the colors have been protected, which is the goal. Nice. And something that's new is we're going to have rear covers available too. This is the Roman soldiers, famous Roman soldiers ad. Line it up only exposing the white areas. This will be in plastic, of course, too. This is one of our prototype cuts. Same situation with the peroxide. Then we turn the light, and this time I didn't do this one quite as long. I was just checking every 10 minutes, and this one stopped at 45 minutes instead of 50 minutes. And there you go. That's what it looks like. We wait. And then we check the book out after. This is 45 minutes. Now you might say that, hey, that's pretty subtle. That doesn't look that much brighter. In person, it really does look quite a bit brighter. And it's not that dramatic of an effect, but we don't really want a dramatic effect. We just want it to look better. So now let's take a look at the front cover of this particular book. In person, it doesn't really seem all that dramatic, but it really does look quite a bit better. And also, again, you don't want it to look too stark. You want it to look improved, but you don't want it to be artificially or distractingly improved. You don't want it to people to say, hey, those whiteboards look super white. You want them to say, this looks pretty good. This is a detailed close-up of the front cover of the book. You can see it wasn't all that yellow before, but it looks better now. And you can also see that the colors are indeed not damaged at all. And similarly, we'll take a look at the piece of the back cover as a close-up as well. You can see that. It's subtle, but important differences, I think. And then here's a picture of the mask in place on the book, so you can see what sort of work it's doing there and how it fits. And finally, just so you can actually see the book in person, this is what that book looks like. It looks pretty good, I think, now. I'll let you take a look here and you can see it. And I guess I should have made a recording before what it looked like previously, but I think this is a good thing, and you can start looking for these masks. I'm recording this on the 8th of November in 2025, and this weekend ASM 62 and 64 will be available, and then probably the next few days will be Avengers 4, and then at least one a week after that for a while. And they may say on back order, but once you order it, then we'll start to make it. I'm not going to make them before someone orders them. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a while since I've been online, but I appreciate any comments. If you could reflect, maybe tell us what books you want to see on this list, something you'd be interested in photo bleaching with a lot of white on it that isn't on this list. I'd be interested in knowing what you want to see next. And again, thanks so much to Matt from Grails to Astonish. Love the guy, love his videos. It's a great channel. Check it out. All right, see you guys later. Bye. Take care.